All right, so these are the items you're going to need. And then we're going to start, and I apologize in advance for the poor quality and the slow take that I take on some areas. We're going to chain 3 here. And then after we chain the 3, we're going to join them together to make a circle. You could also do a magic ring here if you would like. I don't do those. And then we are going to chain up 2, or you could do 3. A lot of people do 3. I prefer to do 2. And we're going to do a total of 10 double crochet around. And we are going to count that first chain 2 of the double crochet. And we're going to do them all in the center. And I always end up double checking and triple checking my work in this, because this is the start of a project and you always want to make sure you have your correct number to start the project. Otherwise, you're going to be off the entire thing, and that's definitely super annoying. So we're just going to keep doing our double crochet around to a total of 10. And as you see, I am tucking that tail in, so I'm crocheting over it as I'm going around to help secure it a little more. And when we are done doing this round, we will tighten that. Oop, and I messed up there. We're just going to fix that. Yep. I'm counting for my first time. That was like 7, I think. So we need about 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to dolly. Oop, and that's 4. So maybe I need a little more than 3. And we're going to double check, and we should have 10. And then we're going to connect at the top of that last stitch, or that first stitch. Join it, tighten it. And then we're going to go into that first hole there, and we are going to pull that through and do a chain 1. And then go back through and do a double crochet. And we're going to do 2 double crochet in every stitch. And we're going to continue this all the way around. 1, 2, and I'm keeping on pulling out my yarn. It's to the left of me in this video. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. And then continue that all the way around. And this is my very first tutorial, so I apologize for any hiccups or anything that doesn't seem smooth. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will answer them. This is a combination of patterns that I had read. So some of these things you might already know, and they might seem similar or familiar to you. I don't have any pattern on this because I didn't think about writing up a pattern, but after somebody requested a video for this, I may write up a pattern for it. If you guys are better in the written form, comment below if you would like a pattern. And we're just going to keep going around and doing the 2 double crochet in every stitch. This project is a total of 3 rounds on this side, and then we are going to repeat this to make a second one, because I put 2 sides together to make my face scrubby a little thicker. And because since I prefer to use a bigger hook, it makes it to where the project doesn't appear as spacey or holy, which naturally crochet is. It's all about the holiness, you know. And we're almost done here. So we're doing 2 double crochet here, 2 in this last stitch, and we'll be joining as I get my yarn separated there. Now it's time to join, and now we are done with the second row, and we're going to go back into that first stitch, pull that through, pull up another chain, and then do another double crochet in that, and we're going to do a pattern of 2 double crochet and then 1 double crochet all the way around. So 2 and 1, 2 double crochet here, and then we're going to follow it up by 1 double crochet. And we're going to continue this pattern all the way around. So a double crochet, another, and then we're moving on to the next step here. So we finished that round, and now we're going to join it together at the end. So that round is done. So we're going to, since this round is done and this whole section is done, we're going to cut off and we're going to tie off and close it up like the project is done. So I pulled that through, and sorry about that being a little blurry. We're going to get our needle, and we are going to do this because this makes for a smoother finish. You're going to put it in the top 2 loops of the stitch that you would have put your hook in. And then you're going to go into the top of the next one and pull through. This doesn't have to be perfect because this is an area that's going to be stitched up with the other cotton round when we get to that part. So now I'm just going through and I'm just feeding it through the back to tuck it down some. And we are going to just feed that through to help secure that end. And since we are sewing 2 pieces together, we don't have to cut off these ends, and we're just going okay. So now we got the first circle done, and now we're just going to repeat that process for the next one. Now the second one is finished, and we're going to connect at the top like just connect it like right there to the top. And then now it's the time to stitch them together. So we're going to put both the back sides together. And then I'm going to chain 1 and then go back down into that same stitch to connect to the back. And you're going to go through both the top loops to do it. And we're just going to do single crochets all the way around. So we've got 1, we've got another single crochet through the top, top 2 loops on both sides. Top 3 loops on both sides. And there you go. Top two loops on both sides again. And we're just going to repeat that all the way around. And this is what gives it its puffiness because they're both together. Now, you could easily just do one and be done, but I like the puffiness together. But now we're getting close to being done. And we're going to have the stragglers behind. Now we're just going to tuck those into the middle. You could cut them off if you like, but I like, less work, so I just stuff it in. And then we're just going to complete the process, going through the top 2 loops on both sides, front and back. And it looks like we got about 5 or so stitches left. And sometimes it's a little tricky to get to that back one because our tensions change as we go. And then we're just going to keep going. And if you ever get to a point to where they don't match up, say you have 3 on one side and 2 on the other, that's okay. You could fudge it at the end and just go through one of them, and then it won't really be noticeable. And then here's our last stitch. You're going to go through top 2 loops on both sides, pull that through. And now, because we're going to finish it off. So now we're going to cut it off to make the finish look a little better and won't be as bumpy. And we're going to do like we did for that top round of the first cotton round that we did. So you're going to get your yarn needle and we're just going to feed that through. Go through the top 2 loops on that stitch that you would have went through. Pull through. And then you're going to go into the middle of the other stitch and feed through the back. Pull that through. And see, it looks pretty smooth there. Now we're going to just finish off our project by feeding our yarn needle through. And since this one is a multicolor one, I'm going through all the white sections to make it not as visible. And you can go, I recommend going through at least 3 times, 3 different directions. But I kind of keep going and as long as my yarn is. So sometimes I'll end up doing 4 or 5 times. I just want to make sure it's extra secure. And just go back and forwards, up, down, to the side. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And I hope it wasn't too difficult or confusing to understand, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave that at the bottom. I will be posting a full tutorial where it's all together on my YouTube channel, so it's a little easier to maybe understand. And now that that's all done, it's finished, and there you go, ready to use. Thank you.